Yeah, that was the, did you hear about the Iowa school shooting, Mia?
No, I didn't.
The Iowa school shooting, you had, they of course stopped talking about it. There was a high school student in Perry, Iowa that went in and shot a 6th grader because he got bullied. The 17-year-old got bullied. Now, if you're a 17-year-old getting bullied by 6th graders, I mean, if you're a 17-year-old getting bullied by 6th graders, that's pretty pathetic. But no, I guess it was like his sister was getting bullied, and he got bullied before that, and it was just a whole thing. I don't even know what was going on with it, but there was all kinds of stuff about transgenderism littered all over his social media, so I'm assuming small-town Iowa transgender probably getting picked on a little bit. Well, this kid brought a shotgun in and shot 6 people, killed one of them. And, of course, the gun lobby jumped out, freaking out. This is why we need an assault weapons ban. Well, first off, a pump-action shotgun is not an assault weapon, quote-unquote assault. Assault weapons don't exist. But a pump-action shotgun would not be controlled under the legislation they're currently pursuing. Give them a couple years. Once they get their assault weapons ban, they'll come for shotguns and pistols next. But right now, that's not what they're trying to ban. So, number one, that wouldn't have done anything to stop it, even if the laws actually worked. Number two, it was a 17-year-old kid. It's illegal for 17-year-olds to purchase firearms. So, again, your gun control failed there. I mean, really, the debate should be over. We've done this gun control. The cat's out of the bag. There's like close to 500 million firearms in this country right now. They ain't going nowhere. They're done. We have 500 million guns and a border that we can't figure out how to stop anything coming across. The debate's over, man. The guns are there. You can embrace that or you can die an idealist victim. It's entirely up to you at this point. And the reality is, it's time that we start protecting our schools. We've tried your way. We've tried the sign and nurturing the mass shooters. We've tried that. We've tried the sign outside of the building that said, hey, don't you dare bring a gun in here. Or else. Or else what? I don't know, but don't do it. Don't. You know what else they have signs at the schools that say, Mia? At the public schools? They can't hear you.
No, I've never been to a public school,
yeah,
so
right.
I don't know.
Well, I'll give you. So we have the gun. So I went to Millard South for high school in Omaha. And we had the gun-free zone signs, which obviously that did a lot of good there.
Yeah.
We had the gun-free zone signs. But at every public school, they have the gun-free zone signs, and they have the drug and tobacco-free zone signs. Neither of those signs work. Neither of them work. Now, I'm not saying that you should be... those are interchangeable. I'm not saying that you should be able to just light up a stogie in the middle of 9th period English class. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's time to take a different approach. The sign is not stopping anything from coming in there. If it wouldn't stop drugs, it's pretty reasonable to say that it wouldn't stop guns. So we can either keep doing this la-la pretend land and covering our eyes and ears, see no evil, hear no evil. We can keep doing that and just keep letting these school shootings happen. Or we can stop making the schools soft targets because the guns ain't going nowhere. That's out of the question. You're not going to win that argument. You're not going to take people's guns. So you can either continue to let these things happen and be complacent in it, or we can try our way. We can try what they did in Utah, where they didn't require anyone to carry guns. They gave teachers the option. If you want to carry guns at school and you have a permit and you're not a convicted felon and you don't act like an idiot with it, you can carry guns at work. What?
You don't act like an idiot.
I mean, we do the Teacher of the Year segment on this show. There's not always... We know that a lot of teachers are like the guy that held the fight club in his 8th grade class, the substitute teacher. We know sometimes they're not always up to the best things, right? They're not always on the up and up. So yes, if you're going to be responsible, if you're a responsible, law-abiding citizen with a permit, you can carry a gun at work if you're a teacher or a secretary or principal, whatever. And they let them do that. And guess who hasn't had a school shooting since they did that? Utah. Because it's not soft targets anymore. Think about it. What do we protect our politicians with? Armed security. What do we protect, not banks, but like the Rochester armored trucks with? Armed security. What do we protect airports with? Armed security. What do we protect schools with? A sign that says, don't bring a gun in here or we'll arrest you. Maybe. If we catch you. Unless you shoot yourself first. Probably. I could be crazy, but I think that we should start protecting our children with the exact same measures we protect our politicians, our money, concerts, sporting events. Because that's what you'll hear is when we say, hey, let's arms. If you don't want to arm teachers, okay, let's compromise. This is an actual compromise. Let's put armed security guards in the school. And the left always claps back with, no, that would make school like a prison. That would make school like, because it's not already, right? It's not already. You go to certain time, you can't leave this building. It's basically prison on work release. You're on constant 24/7 surveillance. You can't leave this building. You get a certain points at a certain time of the day. They even give you yard time at PE. It's not already like a prison. No, armed guards is what's going to make it like a prison, right? No. So what if we put armed guards in the buildings? Armed guards. We don't let teachers carry, but we put armed guards in the buildings. And the left always claps back with, well, that would make school like a prison. Because armed guards is what makes something like a prison. That's all it takes. That's weird. Because I've never heard someone...
Didn't you have...
We had a cop.
Oh,
we had a cop who hid under his desk. So, which is why we should make it legal. Yes. So, allegedly hid under his desk. He claims it was, he heard balloons popping. This is a perfect example of why we should make it so that people can have guns. Because typically when there's a mass shooting, the mass shooting gets stopped way sooner when the first responder is a citizen that was armed as opposed to police officers that take 5 to 10 minutes to get there. Way sooner. You're going to stop it. So you don't want to rely on police officers, but that's what the left wants us to do. So we're going to, for sake of argument, let's 4 armed security guards at every school. How would that make it like a prison? If armed security guards is all it takes to make something like a prison, how? How? I've been to football games with armed security. I've been to concerts with armed security, banks with armed security, Vegas hotels with armed security. I mean, the airports, government buildings, the list goes on and on and on. I've never once thought, wow, I'm in a prison right now. I've never heard anyone accuse Taylor Swift of running a prison at the NFL stadiums because she has armed security. I've never once heard that. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard people accuse her of being a Satanist witch, but never a prison warden. So maybe we just try our way. There's your compromise. Or kiss my ass. We can do that too. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.